Well, debt is a real worry to lots of investors. People have really focused, I think, on European banks and on China. And the IMF has actually just come out and said that relative to GDP, global debt is at its highest ever level. So, Valerie, maybe focus on the European banks just for a moment.
Well, Giles, some European banks are indeed exposed to excess credit, and there is a risk there. And also, I would say that the latest stress test didn't prove to be sufficient to reassure markets. So we have a situation somewhere in some countries, but that's not an overall picture. I mean, since the big crisis, with the increase of regulations, basically banks' capital ratio has increased dramatically. It's well above 10%. On average, and that means that there's a huge cushion there, I think, to face a test. So basically now the ECB is calling for restructuring, consolidation. That will happen, and that will be better.
I mean, to me, in fact, that very capital that they're required to hold, it is bad news for shareholders. And that's one of the reasons why bank shares are so low. But it's not bad news for the economy in the sense that it makes the banks much more stable. It may slow down their lending a bit, but it does mean stability. And I think that for that reason, we can be a bit more relaxed than perhaps the share prices suggest. But Stefan, what's your feeling on this?
Fully agree on both of you, and I just want to add, so if there would be a problem, for example, with Deutsche Bank, in the end, I don't think that Angela Merkel has to solve the problem. Super Mario Draghi will do that, because he has the freedom to do everything. He can sign a capital increase of the Deutsche Bank, and then the ECB has a share of them. So everything is possible. They will definitely not let something happen like Lehman again. That's for sure.
Christine, what about China?
Well, China, the problem is very, very high corporate debt, and much of that, of course, is state-owned companies. But I was very, very encouraged today. The State Council has approved, finally, after much discussion, that they will start having more securitisations, debt for equity swaps, that sort of thing, which hopefully will reduce the leverage over time, and I think that's positive.
That's a very, very good point. I mean, Stefan, do you...
Yeah, I think in China, I read all the things in the press, so that China is compared with the US on the real estate bubble. What was a debt bubble, indeed, but that was private debt. And in China, we have government and government companies. What is a debt? And if this would be a problem, Japan would have collapsed already with 230% of GDP debt. I think we have to look, and if we look on the private people in China, so their saving rates are very high. If they buy apartments, real estates, they finance it just for 50%. The US people did it for 100 or more than 100%. It's absolutely not to compare.
And the other thing about China, of course, is the GDP growth is so much faster. And that's very positive. That does enable them to deal more effectively with the debt.
I think it's a very important point, Christine. I really do agree. And in fact, I'd chuck one other point in. You know, I'm not trying to say there's no problem, but I think I'd also add that you've got a current account surplus, a bit like Japan, which also reduces the risk.
Absolutely.
Well, look, to wrap it all up, we're not saying there's no problem, but we are saying we think the problems are under control. If we look at the European banks, there are big capital buffers which make the risk of a really serious crisis really very low indeed. We're saying in the sense of China that there you do have a current account surplus, and we're saying you've got quite a strong growth rate even now, which makes it relatively easy to deal with the problem, and indeed a lot of the debt is in the government rather than the private sector. And perhaps above all else, interest rates, although they're rising, are still at very low levels. And I think if you put that all together, the risk of a real Lehman-style crisis really is more or less not there. Debt can be a bit of a drag, but the chance that it really blows up is not high.